Hello and a warm welcome to the AI with Arun Show. In this episode, we are going to talk about a deal that is not just making headlines, it's reshaping the physical world to power the future of AI. We're talking about Project Bedrock, a $40 billion revolution in AI infrastructure. So, this is not just about computers, it's about the industrialization of the entire AI ecosystem. Let's get started. What is this deal? On the surface, it is a $40 billion acquisition of a company called Aligned data centers. But it is much, much more than a simple real estate transaction. Think of it as a moment AI moves from the lab to the factory floor. A powerful new consortium of financial and tech leaders has formed to build the actual foundation, the bedrock, for the next decade of AI. They're tackling the single biggest bottleneck holding AI back, a massive shortage of specialized high powered data centers and the electricity needed to run them. The members here are staggering. A $40 billion deal for over 5 gigawatts of power capacity across more than 50 campuses. What makes this deal so unique and powerful is its structure. It's what is known as the vertically integrated ecosystem. So let's break that down on who is involved. First, you have capital providers. Financial giants like BlackRock, GIP, and sovereign wealth funds from Kuwait, Singapore, and the UAE. They are providing the vast pools of money required for these huge long term infrastructure projects. Next, the technology anchors. This includes Microsoft, Nvidia, and xAI. They act as the guaranteed first customers. This is critical because it removes the financial risk of building these massive facilities and wondering if anybody will use them. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the energy partners, companies like GE Vernova and Nexera Energy, are here to solve the biggest problem of all, securing a reliable and sufficient power supply. This brilliant structure is designed to overcome the key market failures that have slowed down AI's growth until now. By bringing everyone to the same table, the consortium can plan and build at a speed and scale that was impossible before. The capital challenge is solved by the financial partners who can write the enormous checks required. The power bottleneck is directly addressed by having energy providers integrated into the plan from day one, and the demand risk, the fear of if you build it, will they come, is completely eliminated because the tech anchors are guaranteeing they'll use the capacity. So let's take a quick look at the numbers behind the deal. This is a 100% equity acquisition of aligned data centers. The enterprise value is an incredible $40 billion. To give you some context, Align was valued at 12 billion in January of 2025. The valuation has more than tripled in less than a year, which shows you just how crucial this AI-ready infrastructure has become. The deal is so large and complex that it's expected to officially close in the first half of 2026. So why Aligned? What makes this company worth $40 billion? Aligned is not a typical data center operator. It's a specialized foundry built specifically for AI infrastructure. They have a massive footprint with over 50 campuses across North and Latin America. But the real secret is their technology. The latest AI chips, like Nvidia's Blackwell platform, generate an extreme amount of heat. Align has patented air and liquid cooling systems designed to handle these internal or these thermal loads, supporting power densities that are essential for today's GPU clusters. Furthermore, their modular construction approach allows them to build new capacity incredibly fast, sometimes in as little as 6 months, by prefabricating components offsite. So, what is Align's secret sauce? What really sets them apart and justifies that price tag? It is a purpose built engineering platform. Think of them less of a real estate company and more as a specialized foundry for AI infrastructure. But the biggest challenge with AI at a massive scale is heat. I'm restarting this. So, what is Align secret sauce? What really sets them apart and justifies that price tag is their purpose built engineering platform. Think of them less as a real estate company and more as a specialized foundry for AI infrastructure. The biggest challenge with AI at a massive scale is heat. The latest GPUs, like NVIDIA's powerful Blackwell platform, generate an incredible amount of it. Align has tackled this problem head on with its patented cooling systems. They have advanced air cooling called Delta, which is trademarked, and for the most intense workloads, a liquid cooling system called Delta Flow. On top of that, they build smart. They use a modular construction approach, prefabricating components offsite. This not only dramatically cuts down construction time, but also gives them incredible flexibility. They can seamlessly scale up capacity and even upgrade a data hall from air to liquid cooling without major disruptions. So the deal is a massive masterstroke because every major player involved gets exactly what it needs to win the AI race. So let's look at their motivations. For BlackRock, this is about establishing AI infrastructure as a new premier asset class, like a utility or a toll road. They see it as a stable, long term investment. CEO Larry Fink has called data centers a multi-trillion-dollar investment opportunity. For Nvidia, the logic is simple. They sell the chips that power the AI revolution, but they need places for those chips to run. Infrastructure bottlenecks are a direct to the GPU sales growth. This deal ensures there will be enough high density data centers to house the millions of GPUs they plan to sell. For Microsoft, this is about pouring fuel on their Azure cloud platform. They are in fierce competition battle with Amazon's AWS and Google Cloud GCP, and this deal gives them an immediate ownership stake in the specialized AI ready capacity they need to expand their global footprint and stay ahead. And for xAI, this secures a path to the massive scale computing power they need to achieve their ambitious goals. Their future projects requires enough electricity to power a small city, and this deal is aligned to make that a reality. A transaction of this size sends shockwaves across the entire global digital ecosystem. So this is an unprecedented scale. At $40 billion, this deal is more than double the previous record holders in the data center space. The competitive benchmark has now shifted from megawatts to gigawatts. The second one is about asset repricing. This sets a new, much higher valuation for AI capable data centers, and we saw public data center stocks jump the day it was announced. The third one is about supply chain squeeze. The consortium's goal of deploying 100 billion will put a massive strain on an already constrained supply chain for critical parts like transformers, switchgear, and generators. And the fourth is about competitive pressure. Competitors like AWS and Google Cloud must now accelerate their own infrastructure plans. Other operators now face a rival with nearly unlimited financial firepower and guaranteed customers. A deal of this size is not simple. The 2026 closing timeline reflects the complex regulatory hurdles it must clear. First, there is antitrust scrutiny. The FTC and the DOJ will review the deal to see if this level of vertical integration could foreclose competition. Second, the CFIUS review. Because foreign sovereign funds, wealth funds, are involved, a special committee will conduct a national security review. Data centers are increasingly viewed as critical national infrastructure. Finally, state and local approvals. The project will need countless local zoning permits, environmental assessments, and utility approvals, which are becoming more and more difficult to secure. Even if the deal is approved, significant challenges remain. The consortium, it's a group of multiple companies, they have to be aligned. It would require strong governance to keep all of these powerful companies aligned on their goals over the long term. Then there is operational scaling. Aligned is already growing at a breakneck speed. Accelerating that growth while maintaining a perfect uptime record is a massive operational challenge. Then there is a power constraint because it all comes back to power. Despite the energy partners, the project's ultimate success depends on the timelines of the utility grid upgrades and the construction of new power plants. This remains the entire industry's greatest bottleneck. So, to conclude, Project Bedrock is far more than a $40 billion transaction. It marks the true beginning of the industrial era of AI. The AI race has evolved. It's no longer just a competition for the best silicon, but a strategic marathon to build the physical world that will house the next generation of computing. This deal solidifies data centers as a strategic geopolitical assets as vital to the 21st century as railroads and power grids were to the 20th century. The era of speculative development is giving way to coordinated industrial planning, and those who cannot adopt risk being left behind. With that, we come to the end of the show. Support our work by joining us as a member, and we sincerely hope that you like, share, and subscribe to the AI with Arun show. Thank you.